Hey drummers, hope you're well. Shout out to two channel members, Alysa and Mark, but actually loads more who are working on this feel. This is some nice basic bass drum variations for you in a triplet feel. That is a triplet feel if you're in 4/4, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, or you might say a 12/8 feel, as in if you're in the time signature 12/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I tend to talk about this feel as a triplet feel and describe the hi-hat or the ride cymbal part as triplets just because it's a nice way to say it. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. That's a great count to apply, I think. But just to be clear, they're only triplets. If you're in 4/4, you can alternatively write this in 12/8 and it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like I say, to make it sort of easiest, in my opinion, to sort of count and understand at first, I count as if it were triplets. This is the idea here. We're going to play 5 groove variations. So this kind of assumes you've got the basic version of this type of feel going, something like this. And maybe some kind of basic drum fill, like 1. Something like that, and you just want to sort of take off a bit from there and build your vocabulary a little bit. One of my favorite ways to do this is to run through a few grooves like this. Just show your brain and your hands and your feet a few combinations. Another great way still, of course, and everyone says this, and of course it's right, is listen to loads of music with this feel and be inspired by that. But actually I personally find just running through a few variations like this can really sort of prompt us to maybe play some stuff that we wouldn't do otherwise. It's not just about learning these grooves. I think sometimes people slightly get the wrong end of the stick here. It's not just like learn these and do play one of these 5 grooves. It's really just about expanding our vocabulary, exposing our brain to different possibilities. And then when you're doing your free playing, when you're being creative, playing at jam night, playing with a band, jamming to a drumless track, you can start to try some of these different possibilities, and just as a nice prompt to build our vocabulary, I find it really useful. I think a lot of drum students do. So number 1 of these 5, I should say, as ever, go to the channel members page for this channel. These will all be written out. You'll have the notation sheet, and you'll also have a Groove Scribe practice along version for each one. You can hit play on, practice along with, change of speed, all the rest of it. So number 1 is the classic version. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So there it is on the hi-hat, or potentially the ride cymbal. Could even be the floor tom or somewhere else, but in the first case, hi-hat or ride cymbal, we're going to play the basic feel, which is the 8th notes in 12/8, or the 8th note triplets in 4/4, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And with that count, you've got kick on the 1, snare on the 2, kick on the 3, snare on the 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Like I say, these are bass drum variations. So number 2 is 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So 1 extra kick there on the let. So 1 triplet, 2 triplet. That way of counting allows us to label each of the 8th notes on the hi-hat or the ride, doesn't it? So we're playing here on the bass drum on the let of beat 2. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. On number 3, we're going to go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So on number 3, we're building on number 2 a little bit, aren't we? We're playing 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4. Here comes the hi-hat. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Don't worry, we're going to play through the whole lot in a minute. Number 4, slight change of tack here, so we're not building on, whereas 3 built on 2, 4 is its own thing. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And number 5, the most busy of all for now. This is only part 1. I'll do another video shortly with some more involved variations in this field. But number 5, for now, the busiest one. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just put the drumless track on, which is like a blues thing, and we'll just play this along. I'll shout out the different variations as we go. Just to repeat, on the channel members page, link below now, click through on that. You'll have a notation sheet with all these written out. You'll also have an audio version of each groove you can hit play on, slow down, have a listen to, jam along with, all the rest of it. Here it comes. So number 1, here we go. 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Four bars of each one, right? Groove number 2, here we go. Groove number 3, here we go. Number 4, here it comes. 1 triplet, 2 triplet. Groove number 5, here we go. 1 triplet, 2 triplet. Okay, let's do a drum fill, go again. Triplet, 3 trip, number 1, here we go. Number 2, here we go. Here it comes. Number 5, here it comes. Okay, so just 5 variations there. When you, just to be super clear, because sometimes, very occasionally, people get confused by these videos. This isn't like what I would play as such, along with that track in real life making music. We're just working through the variations using this as a backing track here. The aim of the game now is to just do some free playing. Once you've got the hang of those grooves, do some free playing, start to combine those in different ways. Hope you find that useful. Once again, check out the channel members page for a notation and a practice along version for each groove. Thanks for watching. A shout out to Alysa and Mark and every other channel member working on this field. Cheers.